dreidel I shall play. Oh, dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And when it's dry and ready, oh, dreidel I shall play.
Live from WDWL TV Multiplex Studio 55, we proudly present the pride of the station, the grumpy old elf, and the grumpy vulture. Take your bow. Very nice. Get back in the corner and leave the reindeer alone. I am the elf that no one ever hears about. I am the grumpy elf. I'm the one that Santa sends for all you rotten bastard little kids that weren't good all year long. So, take a good look. You might be seeing me in your bedroom window, watching you. And if you're not good, Grumpy Elf will take you to a coal mine. Huh. To hell with a lump of coal. You'll be mining the coal. Hello, friends. I am the Christmas Grumpy Elf. Bah humbug. Oh, wait a minute. Ho, ho, ho. I like a bah humbug better. Yes, I am the Grumpy Elf. You don't ever hear about me in any Christmas stories. That's why I'm grumpy. Do you hear about me in a Christmas tale? No. Do you hear about me in the movie Miracle on 34th Street? No. Do the Peanuts characters sing about me? No. Does Snoopy acknowledge the grumpy elf? No. And then everybody wonders why I'm grumpy. You'd be grumpy too if you had to wear this hot wig. I mean, ho, 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 ho. Sorry about the intro music. I didn't have any Christmas carols. That was as close as I could get, and I don't know how it got downloaded onto my tablet, but, well, friends, 'tis the night before Christmas, and all through the studio, not an employee is stirring. Not even the new janitor, Julio. Oh, that was a bad rhyme. It's just me and the bird. We didn't get invited to the Christmas party either. They're all slugging down drinks and munching on free food. And we have to sit here and do a Christmas special. Unfortunately, it's not much of a special when you've got the grumpy elf. Yes, I am the elf that Santa sends out when he checks his list twice and finds out little Sammy and little Shirley haven't been nice. All right, I know, it's cheap rhymes. What do you expect? Go ahead, laugh. I can hear you. You're almost laughing as hard as when Grumpy talked about his meatloaf wedding cake. But I am the grumpy elf. Can't you tell by my elf suit? Look, elf suit. Elf suit. Green elf suit. This is as close as they could get to an elf wig. The station doesn't spend money on props. And it's hot as hell. The grumpy elf wig. Actually, they bought a different one. You think this one looks horrendous? Oh, you should see that one. I look like a 73-year-old Rolling Stone in the other wig. I decided on this one. Ho, ho, ho. What do you expect? No Christmas music. They couldn't even download me Christmas music. I get the dreidel song. And a cheap elf outfit. And a crappy wig. I am the grumpy elf. Bah, humbug. You wonder why I'm grumpy? Do they make movies about the grumpy elf? No. That asshole Grinch gets more than I get. Yeah. The Grinch who stole Christmas. They make a big full-length movie. Do they make a movie about Santa's grumpy elf? No. And then they wonder why I'm grumpy. I didn't even get a script. The secretaries split at noon. The CEO said, hey, wing it. Oh, okay. Where are you going? He says, I have a doctor's appointment. I think it was Dr. L. The doctor's last name is Cohal. Dr. L. Cohal. Okay, another cheap joke. What do you expect? The night before Christmas and all through the studio. We'll try it again. Not a creature was stirring. Not even the maintenance man, Julio. Yeah, sounded pretty good. I wish I could. 73 years of hearing that Christmas thing. Do you think I can remember the rest of it? No. Of course, I have an excuse. I'm old. I'm lucky I remembered the first line. I remember the last line. Merry Christmas to all, and all a good night. Ho, ho, ho. Bah, humbug. It's been an interesting day. It would have been even more interesting if I would have got invited to the staff Christmas party. Of course, the CEO was afraid I'd come in with my GoPros, which I would have. That way I would have had a lot of dirt for asking for my raise for next year. But no, it was a big secret throughout the whole goddamn building. I wondered why employees were leaving like one by one. I'd look out in the parking lot and see a car pull out. 15 minutes later, another car would pull out, and I was like, where's everybody going? Then when I went up front to the corporate offices, all the doors were locked, except the CEO's. He was packing this green stuff into his suitcase. You know, has a band around it. I think it was all the employees' Christmas bonuses. Yeah, he was taking them stacks of them that green paper with the band around it and stuffing it in his briefcase. Then he looked shocked when I walked in. He was like, "Hey, I didn't know you were here." I said, "Well, I didn't know you were here. Where is everybody?" They all had doctor's appointments. That's what he told me. The employees were all going out for their end of the year company physical. Going to see Dr. Cohal. Al Cohal. Did Grumpy get an invite? No. I didn't even know there was a Christmas party until after the CEO left. And the maintenance man, Julio, was emptying waste baskets. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. Let me look at that thing that looks like a postcard. Annual Christmas party. Oh. So I went back and checked my mailbox. Junk mail. Sale ads from Big Lots. Problem is, Big Lots is closed. You can tell how late my mail is. So they have a Christmas party. Didn't invite me. Although, they didn't invite the fucking bird either. They were afraid he'd be cleaning up the leftovers before they were actually leftovers. So here it is, friends. December 24th, Christmas Eve. I am the Grumpy Elf. I will be moving about, checking the list, Santa's list, to see if all the boys and girls were good all year long. And if not, oh, the Grumpy Elf will be removing them to a coal mine. Hey, it's 2024. You know, back in the day, a lump of coal. Now, they can mine the coal. Yeah. The Grumpy Elf. The elf that no one knows about. Santa don't divulge me to anyone. I just show up like a bad infection. I knock on the door. The parents answer. They're like, what the fuck are they? And then I tell them, I'm the Grumpy Elf. I'm here to check on Jimmy and Susie. Where are they? Bring them out here. It's time for the grill. And then I ask him, have you been good all year, little Jimmy? And then he lies like fuck and tells me, oh, yes. I said, geez, pretty interesting. I saw you in there punching your sister. Oh, you were playing UFC kickboxing. Is that a new game? Get in the car. Little Susie, I saw you in there fighting with your brother. Have you been good all year? What do you mean, yes? What about the makeup you stole from your mother? And then little Susie looks like she's about to piss herself. And mother's like, whoa, you were the one that stole all my makeup? Grumpy Elf, take her to the coal mine. Okay. And that will be my night tonight. I'm the front runner elf to Santa's sleigh and the 8 tiny reindeers with Rudolph. That goofy reindeer with the LED stuck to his nose. Yeah. How in the hell does he guide a sleigh with a red fucking LED? It should be a white LED. No. A red LED. Needless to say, once I check Santa's list, then I wave him in. Okay, you can leave gifts at this house. Not the one across the street. I already checked. Ho, ho, ho. The grumpy elf. You would think they would mention me in a Christmas story somewhere? No. Maybe it's because I don't look like an elf. Elves are like 3 foot tall, not 6'3". And they don't wear a cheap elf. Although, I did get gold. Oh, look, I get gold stripes. Gold buttons, gold-plated plastic buttons. My elf suit. And my not-so-great-looking elf wig. I look more like a judge out of a British courtroom instead of an elf. But I was told to play the part. Bah, humbug. Did Grumpy get any nice presents for Christmas? No. Oh, wait a minute, I take that back. I did. You want to see it? Well, you're going to see it anyway. Courtesy of a state highway patrolman from a state out west. I'm not allowed to divulge what state. Okay, hang on. Jesus Christ, I need a crane. Here is Grumpy's Christmas gift. A Panasonic Tough Book. And it weighs like 15 pounds. Here, I'll show you. It has a neat little snap top. Here is Grumpy's official ex-police Tough Book. Yes, this at one time was mounted in a law enforcement vehicle. But there it is, the Tough Book. Courtesy of a police auction out west. Reconditioned with Windows 10 Pro, which is only good until September of 2025. That's when MicroHard will no longer support any of the security features or updates on Windows 10. And Windows 11 sucks. So I guess I have to wait till they come out with Windows 12 or whatever the fuck they're going to call it. But there's Grumpy's Christmas present. A Panasonic Tough Book. Look at this. Look at. This ain't no MacBook Air, I'll tell you that. This thing is a beast. You think I'm kidding when I say it weighs like 15 pounds? This case is all cast aluminum. Although it does have a carry handle. Snaps out for easy carrying. And, it has, if I can get it out of here, come on. There we go. It has a magic touch pen for the touch screen. You can doodle on the screen and do all kinds of stuff with the touch pen. Yeah, that was an option. I got the good one with the option. But yes, this was at one time in a police vehicle. Auctioned off, cleaned, new hard drive, new operating system, Grumpy's Christmas present. So I can keep track for Santa for next year of all the kids who were naughty and not nice. I can write their names in on my Tough Book. Urgh. You could drop this on somebody and kill them. Oh. There we go. Although, I did get 2 Christmas presents. I don't know if I showed you. I think I showed you this one. This was more like a Thanksgiving present. Yeah, Grumpy gets his presents months apart. Another monstrosity. If I can get it out of the... Oh, let's not bust the new microphone. This is the companion to the Tough Book. It's a Panasonic Tough Pad. Yes, this is a Tough Pad. You know for sure this ain't made by Apple. Look how thick that son of a bitch is. And it weighs like 7 pounds. You need this custom handle to hold on to it. Plus, it rotates. Wow. Yeah, you can write on it this way, or you can write on it this way. Yes, a Panasonic Tough Pad in a cast aluminum case. The companion to the Tough Book. When you see police officers pull up and the Tough Book is mounted in the car and they get out with a Tough Pad, you know you're dealing with a high-class police department that got a lot of federal money. Because this can be hooked up to the Tough Book. All the information from here can be uploaded into the Tough Book. And then, when the officer makes it out his report, all he does is push a button, print. And so Grumpy got 2 Christmas presents. This was Thanksgiving, and then I got the Tough book, the companion to the Tough pad. And God forbid I drop this on somebody. I could break their foot. Yeah. My buddy's son is a trooper in a western state. And he goes to police auctions all over the state. And he buys the Tough books and the Tough pads. Then, if they're in really nice condition, he will do a wipe, add a new hard drive, add a new operating system, and then he sells them. Most of the time, they are purchased by smaller police departments that don't get all that big federal money. They get little federal money. So, there's Grumpy's Christmas. 2 gifts. Nice gifts. I like them. I even got a nice case for the Tough pad. Yeah. When my buddy's wife saw him shipping what she called the Bear Tough pad, she went out and bought me a case. So Grumpy got 3 Christmas presents. They don't make a case for the Tough book. Believe me, if you were to put a Tough book in a case like this, it would rip out the seams. The handles would break off. Oh, that son of a bitch weighs as much as a Volkswagen. So, the grumpy elf did get some Christmas presents. But do I get recognized in Christmas movies? No. Christmas songs? No. Do little kids portray me in their Christmas play at school? No. And then they wonder why I'm the grumpy elf. Even Santa don't divulge who the fuck I am. I'm like in the Witless Protection Program. Up, 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 up. That tablet is so fucking touchy. I just waved my hand over it, and it almost played the dreidel song again. Good stuff. So while I was whiling away the time today, I was watching shoplifting videos from Walmart. You know, when they get the people back in loss prevention and the police start to search them, it is amazing where people put stolen merchandise. Holy yachafuck. There was this one woman, she was pulling merchandise out of everywhere. And I mean everywhere. Some of the merchandise, even with gloves on, they didn't want to touch. And they think, these people think they can get away with this shit. Well, it's quite obvious. When you take a bunch of shit into a changing room and then you come out with half of it, loss prevention knows where the other half went. They're not stupid. And then, what is hilarious, some of these YouTube channels, where is it? Oh, jeez. They'll run the captions under the screen. I don't know where this translation program is, but it's hilarious. The one video I was watching, I'll give you what the person said and what the caption was on the screen. The woman says, "I'm an idiot," because she was being, grilled on being a goddamn shoplifter. So when the officer said, "What were you thinking?" the woman was like, "I'm an idiot." The caption read, "I'm in Egypt." How it translated. Then, when they asked the woman's mother why they were placing bottle of wine in the granddaughter's backpack, Grandma says she didn't have a push cart. The translation on the screen read, she didn't have a Porsche car. Real close. How they got Porsche car out of push cart. So then they asked, "Do you have a receipt for all this merchandise in your cart?" The woman answers, "I lost the receipt." The caption read, "I lost the recipe." Close. When they asked Grandma why she took the cart full of merchandise out to her car without paying, Grandma replied, "The money is in my console." The caption under the screen read, "My honey is in the cornhole." And then, say deaf people are reading these captions, thinking to themselves, why does that woman keep the money in her cornhole? The last one, when they asked her about all the bottles of champagne that she had, she said, "I like expensive champagne." The caption on the screen read, "I like extensive chest pain." Oh, jeez. Yeah, I could see some poor deaf person who can't, they're talking in a way that the person can't read the lips. So they're watching the captions come across the screen. And in plain English, they can see the officer say, "Why did you take all that expensive champagne?" And the woman, I like and across the screen comes, "I like excessive chest pain." Oh, I couldn't catch them fast enough. But these were the like when the woman went, "I'm an idiot," and the caption comes across, "I'm in Egypt." No, you're in Champlain, Illinois. And my granddaughter didn't have a push cart, meaning a shopping cart. And the caption comes across the screen, "I didn't have a Porsche car." Well, not too many people have Porsche cars. I know where one is. It hasn't run in about 10 years, but I know where a Porsche car is. So, when you're watching these videos, if you can, turn the captions off. Or laugh your ass off like I was today. Yeah. The woman that likes excessive chest pain. And my honey is in the cornhole instead of my money is in the console. Who the hell wrote this translator program? Even AI does better than that. And if this is AI translating, oh, God. I hope they don't ever use that program at the White House. Yo. And then, remember I told you my grandmother wasn't a big talker. But when she said something, you listened. And I was thinking today, watching some of these videos, and I remember something that she used to tell me. Because, I would say, I'm never going to talk to Susie again, or I'm never going to talk to Billy again. And Grandma used to say, sometimes you have to hug the people that you don't like, so you know how big to dig the hole in the backyard. Oh. Yeah. I almost shit myself the day my grandmother said that. You have to hug some of the people you don't like. I was like, really? Yeah. So you know how big to dig the hole in the backyard. I never knew she had a side that was out for vengeance like that. But she used to have some witty sayings. Oh, I'm glad I don't have to be the grumpy elf for tomorrow's Christmas stream. This wig is like wearing an oven on top of my head. It is hot in here. But it was a lot better than the first wig that corporate brought in here. Oh, it looked like something that they stripped off a dead vulture. Oh, it was horrendous. I said, I ain't wearing that. And the CEO said, well, you need to wear a white wig to be the grumpy elf. I said, well, I ain't wearing that piece of shit. And then they came in with this one. I was like, oh, okay. One stream. I'll be the grumpy elf for one stream, once a year. Because I already had to sign a contract that I'll be the grumpy elf next December. Yeah, they want to get their money's worth out of the wig that they bought at Five Below, I guess. Or a closeout special at Big Lots. The store I never went in, and the day I decide to go in, it's closed. Out of business. 2 years. That's all that store was there. 2 years. I feel sorry for the developer that shelled out the big bucks to build them goddamn stores. Because Big Lots and Burlington are the two biggest stores. They're like the anchor stores. They're huge. And then you got the Ross Dress, whatever, they taper down. When you look from the street, it looks like a fucking castle. You got these two big stores. Now we're going to have a big, ugly, empty hole. Unless they can line somebody up to come in there. I don't see Five Below moving in there. They've got a little store around the corner. I better go in there. I haven't been in that one yet. I better go in before they decide to fold up too. For those of you that don't know, Five Below is behind Aldi's. I didn't know where it was. I found it by accident. So it's not a store that stands out. If you're not looking, you won't see it. Because it's back behind Aldi's. In the empty parking lot. Because there ain't nothing back there but parking lot. So anybody that lives in this area, Five Below is behind Aldi's, kind of hidden away. Of all the crappy places to put a store, I saw it by accident. I was turning around, I went, whoa, that's where Five Below is. You would think, it would be noticeable. Like Ross Dress for Less, Burlington, Starbucks, and the no longer Big Lots. Yeah, Five Below is tucked around the corner behind Aldi's. So I can see the employees going, gee, why don't we get much business around here? We're in a brand new plaza. Because you don't know the fucking store is there. The way it's... Whoever designed that to tuck a store away behind a big fucking Aldi store is ridiculous. These designers that draw up these plazas What are they thinking? Give Five Below a chance. Make them recognizable. No, you stick them behind the Aldi store. And there's nothing else back there but a big fucking parking lot. So if you're looking back there, you're going, I just see a big ugly parking lot. And then when you drive past the back end of Aldi's, it's like, whoa, that's where they're at. So in a location like that, I don't give them a lot of time before corporate goes, oh, you guys aren't making enough money, we're going to shut you down. We need to get some big flashing arrows. Five below, this way. Have some guy out there like at the airport, waving traffic in. Over there, over there, over there. Yeah, so any of you that live in the West Park area and you're looking for Five Below, it's hidden away. It's like a secret location, like you need a secret handshake in order to find the store. Ridiculous the way they laid that one out. So Five Below, the next time I go in there, you owe me something for free for telling people where you're at. Yeah, when you drive in there, you will see it hidden behind all these. Christ, in order to find the store, you need a goddamn GPS and some Himalayan Sherpas. So Grumpy better get his ass in there before I walk up to the door and it says going out of business. If you can't find a goddamn store, you're not going to shop there. And if people don't shop there, corporate, they don't hesitate. They just, like that, close the doors. That's it. You're done. In the last 5 years, I cannot believe the number of stores that have closed up and gone out of business. God, I read the other day even Macy's is starting to close stores. Next thing, we won't have a Macy's Thanksgiving parade at that rate. They'll say, oh, we can't afford the big parade. They'll have 129 Model A with a clown sitting in the back and a guy carrying a bunch of balloons. And then they'll get our maintenance man with the saxophone to play Who Stole the Kishka to bring up the rear of the parade. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. Macy's closing a shitload of stores. And then all the stores that disappeared, like Radio Shack. I loved that store. Gone. What was the office supply store we had? Office Max, Office Depot, something like that. They went out, then Staples moved in. We had some neat stores too, like Giant Tiger. That's from back in my day. Then we had a small department store, W.T. Grant. We used to have Kroger's up here, A&P, Fisher's. Then we had the group of Italians, Fisher, Fazio, Costa, Pick and Pay. All disappeared, all in my lifetime. And car dealerships, First, the Oldsmobile dealers closed up. Then Plymouth disappeared. And then Pontiac. And my favorite, Hummer. Of course, not. They brought it back. Big deal. Fucking electric vehicle. Almost 200 grand. Like Grumpy can afford that one. I knew I should have bought an H3 when I had the chance. Yeah, I could have got a Hummer H3 for a really decent price. And I said, oh, I got to think about it. And by the time I thought about it, it was sold. It was neat, too. Oh, fire engine red. The H3, I really liked it. I wouldn't have minded an H2. But you need a police escort when you're driving that fucking monster. But yeah, Grumpy was that close to owning an H3. And I had to think on it. And then when I decided, ooh, I want it, gone. Another one went out, Mercury. Ford ditched that one. And then we're going way back into the 60s, DeSoto. Yeah, my uncle drove nothing but DeSotos. But Chrysler Corporation went, too many car lines. Studebaker, Nash Rambler, gone. And then every time you turn around, another store is going out of business. And they blame it on the online shoppers. All right, I'll meet you halfway on that one. But don't blame all the closings of all the stores on online shoppers. It's mismanagement at the corporate level. Corporate greed. You know, the bullshit. Oh, we can't compete with the online. What the hell was that? Bed, Bath, and Befriend Someone or something like that? Well, the stores are closed. They have a Bed, Bath, and Befriend Me online. I used to like Bed, Bath, and Befriend Me. They had some neat shit in them stores. Not that I went and bought a lot. I used to go in and look. See, that was a store I went into before it closed up. Here we had Big Lots. I'd read the ads, go, oh, maybe next time I'll go in there. Another ad would come out, you know. Oh, I'd like to get that, but maybe next time. Then another ad would come out, and Grumpy'd be like, whoa, a good price on that. I'll have to go up there. Then I never went up there. Then when I finally decide to go up there, the store is fucking closed. So now, Five Below, I'll be up there next week. Now that, first of all, now that I know where it's at, and second of all, I want to go in there before they close the doors. And they just opened not that long ago. Yeah, I think that store opened a couple of months ago because When I found it, they were setting the store up. There wasn't even a name on the store yet. There was a little sign in the window. Future home of Five Below. And they were putting the shelving together, and I was like, oh, whoa. When they had their grand opening, you think I'd go in there? No. So next week, I will be in Five Below. I don't know if I'll buy anything, but I'll go in the store and look. I should take my GoPro. Here's what the store used to look like, in case they'd close it. Some of the plazas around here are like ghost towns. Not to mention when you drive like up and down Lorraine Avenue. I can remember all the mom and pop places. Now they're just empty. It's sad seeing all the empty places. As a matter of fact, right up the street, they converted a gigantic eaglet to an indoor storage, okay? In the front of the parking lot, they built what was going to be a restaurant. That was 4 years ago. It's still for rent. Brand new building. They can't get anybody to rent it. You would think some mom and pop, well, who wants to take the chance nowadays? That's the problem. You take out, a $200,000-$300,000 loan, and you roll the dice. And God forbid, it don't work. And then you lose your ass. But they built this pre-COVID. Oh, I said that nasty word. Oh, don't shut me down. And then, of course, I think whoever they built it for either got cold feet or the virus had him go bankrupt. Because it is a brand new building that was built to be a restaurant. Never opened. It's still empty like the day they finished construction. Same thing. Right at the corner. For you people that live in this area, right at the corner of 140th and Lorraine, there was a Shell station that actually had a auto repair garage. Closed up. There's a big dumpster out front. They're emptying the building. Out of business. Now there'll be another eyesore because it's obvious they didn't get anybody to come in and rent the place, because if they did, it wouldn't be all boarded up with a big dumpster out front. Unless it's going to turn into one of these quickie food mart gas stations. Although, see, there's one down the street. It used to be a Sunoco station with 3 service bays. It's a gas station slash convenience store slash fast food place. I don't see somebody doing that over there. Maybe. It don't look like it. Not the way they boarded the place up. Although I should slide in there and see if there's anything good in the dumpster. Hey, the grumpy elf is not against dumpster diving. There might be some good shit in there. Like maybe a nice new office chair. I doubt it, but they did have some. I've dove into some dumpsters in my day. I'm not embarrassed to admit it. Sometimes dumpster diving has some good stuff. But it's probably all picked over by now. Although I guarantee I wasn't going to find a toolbox full of Mac tools in there, or Snap-on. But it would have been interesting to see what's in that dumpster. That was like we had a movie rental store. Back in the day when you would go in and rent movies. And they closed up. And then they emptied the store into a dumpster. Now, I was going to dive into that dumpster. The problem is, it rained for like 3 days straight. And all those movies got drenched because they still had, get ready for it, VHS movies. And Grumpy has 2 VHS movie players. And they had a bunch of CDs, those, the water don't really hurt too much. DVDs. But there was a shitload of VHS tapes. And by the time I found out about it, it was too late. Of course, everybody's like, what the hell do you want VHS tapes for? To go along with my VHS players. And my VHS cameras. I have 4. I have 2 regular VHS, and then I have 2 VHS-C cameras. The C stands for cassette. Yeah. Movie cassettes. And you got an adapter that was the same size as a VHS tape. And it had a little trap door, and you drop the cassette in. Then you close the little trap door, and you put it in your VHS player, and it played the movie. I have 2 of those cameras, JVCs. As a matter of fact, the one camera came from Australia. Yeah, I bought it on eBay. And didn't pay attention to where the seller was located. And the girl said, since you got such a deal on the camera, will you split the shipping charge with me? I said, well, how much is shipping? She said, $46. I was like, holy yachafuck, where are you shipping this from? She said, Brisbane. Now, the bell didn't ring and the light didn't go off. And I said, Brisbane? She says, yeah, I have to ship it by sea mail. I said, what the hell is sea mail? It's what it sounds like. SEAMAIL. Freighter. Yes, it came on a freighter from Brisbane. Thank God I didn't have to pay the whole postage. So I have a VHS-C camera that came from, get this, Colorado Springs, Colorado. And the second one came from Brisbane, Australia. No kangaroo included. Yeah, I never heard of sea mail. They loaded it on a freighter. And it took 4 months to get here. Talk about a slow boat from China. Yeah, 4 months to get here on a freighter. And then my poor letter carrier had to do the final end delivery. She says to me, what the fuck's in this box? I said, a VHS-C camera. To which she replied, Grumpy, you're an asshole. I said, you didn't have to remind me. But yes, it came on a freighter from Brisbane. And all 4 cameras still work because I test them on a regular basis. I don't take any movies with them, but I test them. One day I'll show one of the VHS-C cameras, and then I will show the VHS tapes that my buddy's son sent me from the NBC complex in Burbank. Because these were what they call gold masters. They are the tapes that they used to tape the Johnny Carson show, the Tonight Show, their special VHS tapes. Because these are what they call the original. And then they make copies from the Golden Master. Yeah, they're called Golden Master tapes. Come in a neat case. Yeah. He found them in the storeroom when he was cleaning the place out before he set up his studio out there. And he asked him, he goes, what do you want me to do with all this? And the guy said, they're yours. Do what you want. And then he went, whoa, I know someone that has VHS cameras. I'll send them to him. And he did. A whole case. 48 Gold Masters. I'll show you one tomorrow. I mean, it looks like a regular VHS tape, but the case that it's in is impressive. Whoa. Not to mention, I have a full case of 48 brand new, never used, blank VHS tapes to go along with my VHS cameras and my VHS tape players. I also used to have, it got lost in one of my moves, an 8-track tape player. And I had an 8-track compact tape player. You know, like the cassette players that you used to carry, listen to your cassette tapes. Or the CD players, the portables that you listen to your CDs on. Well, Grumpy had a portable 8-track player. It either got lost or it got stolen in one of my many moves. But I will show you, because I've showed them before. I have a brand new portable cassette player and a brand new portable CD player. Never opened. Still sealed in the blister pack. Yeah, Grumpy has lost his mind. Everybody keeps saying, use them already. Well, they might be collector's pieces. And then people say, well, sell them already. Well, the longer I hold on to them, maybe the more they'll be worth. And then again, maybe they ain't worth shit. One's hanging right there on the wall in the studio. The other one is in the cabinet under the console. Yeah, the CD player is hanging up there, and the cassette player is under the console in the cabinet. And I have a shitload of CDs and a shitload of cassettes. Because, you know, back in the day, the vehicles had cassette players. And Grumpy never got rid of them. I've just moved them from house to house to house. Although, I do have a dual deck cassette player in my component stereo, along with a CD player. I know everybody's out there laughing their ass off, going, oh, God, you're losing it, Grumpy. I lost it years ago. You think if I had any brain cells, I'd be sitting here in an elf suit, in a wig, playing the grumpy elf? If I wanted my Christmas bonus, I had to do this. And there better be a Christmas bonus check tomorrow under my tree. I don't have a tree. Better be on the console when I come in then. Yeah, Grumpy don't have no Christmas tree. Yeah. Why? I don't need a Christmas tree. The last time I had a Christmas tree, I had a small little artificial one. It was about 3 foot tall. And I would decorate it. And then, several years ago, my 2 cats decided to destroy the fuck out of that tree. Oh, there were pieces of it everywhere. Broken ornaments, string of lights wrapped around furniture. Oh, those cats had a good time with that tree. So it went in the garbage. And Grumpy said, no more trees. So that's why there's no... Although the grumpy elf wouldn't put up a tree anyway. Oh, this wig is hot. Yeah. Well, friends, I'm going to wish you a Merry Christmas Eve from me and the bird. The bird. And we will be here for the first annual Two Grumpies Christmas show. And we will be the only ones in the studio. Well, Julio will be here. Somebody has to clean up after us. No big party. But we got to do a first annual Christmas show in order to do the first annual New Year's Eve show. And I'm still trying to find out if there's going to be a website that is going to run it live so I can have it in a monitor in the background over here. I got the monitor. It's a small one. It's right behind me. I got the small computer, the monitor. It'll only take me about an hour to get it set up so that we can run it. I hate this goddamn camera. Run it in the background here. So, at the stroke of midnight, when when the ball drops, we can celebrate 2025. Another year for the Two Grumpies. And I'm not going to promise you anything big for 2025, but I will be here with, I hate this camera, the bird. And we'll see what next year is going to bring. But in the meantime, we got a week. I still need suggestions for what we want to do for that hour before midnight. because I'm sure you don't want to sit there just staring at me. And no, I'm not going to be the New Year's baby. I ain't putting no fucking diaper on. That may come down the line when you get old, You get incompetent or something like that. So I ain't going to be here wearing no diaper. Not to mention, YouTube would ban me. I think there's something in the terms of service that said you can't be like almost naked. And who wants to see me in a diaper? There might be a nurse down the line that might have to change one day. I don't even want to think of that. Oh, that. But when you get old, you never know. Things give out. Like the elasticity of your rectum. Heaven forbid if that gives out. Oh. I don't want to think about it. So, the Grumpy Vulture and the Grumpy Elf bid you an early Merry Christmas, and just remember, I'm checking Santa's list, and if you're naughty, I'm taking you to a coal mine in Pennsylvania. Got it? And with that, no outro music. I screwed the tablet up. I'm not going to try to fix it. I think the dreidel song screwed it up, but no, I did something and it's... So unfortunately, we can't play the outro music, which I'm sure you're all sick of hearing. But... I'm not going to be the grumpy elf tomorrow. No, this goddamn thing is fucking hot. I will be my normal, bitchy old man tomorrow. But with that, we bid you a good evening. I hope your Christmas Eve goes well for the ones of you that open your gifts on Christmas Eve. Otherwise, have a good evening. And the Grumpy Elf bids you a Merry Christmas.